Welcome to our 2022 annual video report. We're excited to share a collection of pictures and stories to highlight some of the key moments from the past year. I'm Sheila Olin McLean.
And I'm Ashley Collins, and we're the co-CEOs for Compass Early Learning and Care. At Compass ELC, our values are present in all that we do. As you view our 2022 story, we invite you to reflect on how we have embedded our values into our everyday practice. Values such as children are at the heart of all that we do, trusting relationships, safe, caring, joyful spaces, equal worth, collective intelligence, responsibility and accountability, and lifelong learning.
As the 2022 year began, we continued to feel the impact of the COVID pandemic. Schools were transitioning back to online learning, leaving us with the dilemma of whether or not to close our programs.
Our past experience with emergency childcare had made clear that our early learning and childcare programs were providing an essential service for families. We value parents as partners and also wanted to continue holding our value of safety and well-being for children at the forefront of all that we do.
With both of these values at our heart, we opted to encourage those that could stay at home to do so, while continuing to provide care for those who needed it most. A couple of months later, we were met with yet another dilemma: whether or not to lift the practice of wearing masks in our centers. We surveyed our staff and families and then invited the leads of our childcare programs to a collaborative meeting where we unpacked the results of the survey and moved through a process of how we would make a decision.
Conversations with colleagues and families about safety concerns, coupled with the genuine desire to see smiling faces again, brought about a shared understanding that this was not an easy fix. It was evident in all the discussions how much everyone truly cared about children, families, and their co-educators. Collectively, we decided to lift the mask mandate and put in place safety plans which were unique to each program. Program teams quickly came together to consider a plan that would be responsive to the needs of each center and home and consider their families, extended families, children, and colleagues. This process demonstrated that as the health restrictions were lifting, we were moving into year 3 of the pandemic. We continued to lean into our values with an emphasis on well-being and relationships, and did so with a renewed sense of hope and purpose.
As the year progressed, we were grateful to shift our full focus back to the children without having to worry about what new COVID policies were looming around the corner. We were looking forward to in-person family engagement nights. We were also hopeful for something that our sector had been advocating for over 50 years. We were hopeful that our province would sign on to the National Childcare Plan. On March 28, 2022, Ontario signed an agreement with the federal government for a Canada-wide early learning and childcare plan. We were excited for families that there was finally a plan in place for more affordable childcare, and we shifted our focus towards advocating for an expansion plan and a workforce strategy to include more families in licensed childcare.
We continue to advocate for the workforce and the professional pay and benefits that early childhood educators and our childcare staff deserve for the important work that they do. In November, Compass joined the Ontario Coalition for Better Childcare and other advocacy groups and community partners in a rally to shine a light on the challenges we face and what those in the sector deserve. We truly believe that we are better together and will continue to advocate for a system that provides quality childcare for children and decent work and wages for our staff.
Families need access to high-quality early learning and care no matter where they live, which is why we were excited to welcome the Northern Lights Centre located in Keene, Ontario, into the Compass Early Learning and Care community of programs. We've been on a beautiful journey of learning and growing together and feel grateful to welcome the children, families, and educators that were part of that program into our Compass community. In August, after an extensive process to find just the right person to lead Compass Early Learning and Care in the role of CEO, our board of directors hired Ashley Collins. Ashley has worked for Compass for 8 years as a Finance Link corporate financial officer. Her values, strategic thinking, and innovative approach to organizational development made her an excellent, successful candidate. Ashley and I will co-lead the organization in 2023.
Gratitude is another value that threads throughout the key moments of 2022. While we believe in sharing gratitude on a daily basis, we are always excited to celebrate ECE and Early Childhood Worker Appreciation Day each fall. This video is really a testament of the incredible work that educators and staff at Compass engage in every single day. Here's an example of a beautiful reflection from Emily Warren, who operates Babbling Brook, a home childcare program licensed through Compass. We love growing our own food and sharing our harvest with our parents and community. This time of the season, planting, is a special time. The air is filled with anticipation and tension. Will all of our seeds and seedlings grow? All we can do is provide them with plenty of what they need. Delicious worm-filled dirt, sunshine, plenty of water, lots of love, space to grow, and songs for good measure.
This is how we view our role as educators, nutrition specialists, leads, admin support, board members, and links, providing the conditions where children can thrive and grow into their full potential. This reminds us of the age-old adage, it takes a village to raise a child, and also our belief that together is better.
We are so very grateful to all of the staff and home childcare providers who choose to continue on this journey with us, to the families who entrust us with the care of their beautiful children, to our incredible board of directors who generously volunteer their time to support our work, and to all of our community partners who round out the village that cares for all of the children at Compass ELC. We hope you enjoyed our compilation of moments from 2022 and look forward with hope and anticipation of what next year will bring.
I hadn't really been part of primary care, and obviously coming into a new organization, there was lots for me to learn. I obviously took some time on my own to read the value of primary care. I was given the opportunity from my leads, from Shauna and Shelley, to be able to be with these children and these families from their first day of daycare. And I formed these relationships. And as the children grew and were ready to graduate to the next room, that I was given the opportunity to follow these children. Obviously, I accepted, and it was able to continue on throughout the last 4 years. I believe that it is definitely beneficial for the children, but as an educator, it benefits me too. Like, I walk away from my day spending the time with these tiny humans knowing, you know what? I gave them all they needed and they gave me all I needed. Looking at my growth from 4 years ago when we started to what I've grown as an educator, looking back, there's relationship, there's growth, there's connection. It makes me want to dig deeper. It makes me want to offer more. It makes me obviously I enjoy coming to work every day to spend this time with them, but it just gives me that drive, like, what can I offer them more? But at the same time, I can sit back and watch because I know I've offered them either experiences that they enjoy, or I've maybe offered them something new to think, oh, maybe we could do this way. It makes me truly think more, but it makes me richer because I can offer them all these things, plus I can enjoy time with them. And I just found, as being not only the children's person, but being the parent's person, to know that transition, it just made it easier. I had a parent call me out into the hall and say, just so you know, this happened this morning. Myself as the parent did something, that may have triggered so-and-so for the day. So just so you know, this is what happened, right? So if you see something the rest of the day, then, this is what happened. And that made me feel like, you know what, you're comfortable enough to tell me this situation. They know that you're their person and you'll be there for them. You understand their child. And the thing that I see is just that sense of calm and comfort when they walk into the space and know that, you know what, Melissa's provided me these things that I'm interested in, that make me feel like I'm valued, or that make me feel comfortable, or make me feel like I can, show my true self, or just the difference of knowing a child that may not need that hug right away, that may need their space to regulate, and then I can come in for a hug instead of, being right there in their face, knowing that, you know what, they're going to need a minute, but they know that I'm there when they're ready. Moving in this transition right now, like I'm going to be moving with them in a week to the JKSK room, my 8 primary care children. So it makes it like the very first day they came, and I got to see, like, obviously nervous parents, joyful parents, but the whole thing, right? And then we did COVID, and I was able to reach out to them. We did like some Zoom meetings, and just to have that comfort knowing that there was that familiar face, right? Obviously during this really, really trying, tricky time, that, I mean, it was nice for me to see them too and have that little connection right through Zoom. So just, they know, right, that, I mean, I do. I genuinely obviously care for their little people, but it's been, as I am moving with the group of them to the JKSK room, and like, I don't know their first day of school when I send them off on the bus. I really don't. I'm going to have a box of Kleenex right beside their grown-ups, because like, I just feel like I'm the first person in their portfolio, and I'm going to be the last one in their portfolio too.